Hey folks, go get your garden seeds before it's too late. Let me explain. With all the earth changes going on right now, we don't even know what the seed catalogs are going to look like next season. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. We're in the Homestead Garden Series. We're doing some gardening, but mainly I wanted to stress to either buy your seeds now, because with all these earth changes going on right now in different parts of the world, and especially in our own country with droughts in some places and too much dampness in other places, we don't know what seed crops are going to look like in our seed catalogs next year. So that's why I'm encouraging you to go to the store, get some seeds, and stick mainly with the seeds of the plants that you guys eat. Don't buy stuff that you're just not going to eat just for the sake of purchasing them. Now, I did purchase a bunch of seeds from Amazon, and I keep them in this little refrigerator out here. So I've got 2 sets of seeds of only the vegetables I grow and me and my family eat. So I store them in the refrigerator, keep them nice and cool, and be sure you do not let them get moist, because that will destroy a seed. Also, getting them too dry will destroy a seed also. And too dry or too hot, I mean like storing them like I did. I didn't know any better in the greenhouse. I didn't factor in the fact that heat will damage some of your more tender seeds that will cause them not to germinate. And that's indeed what happened when I stored my seed in here. But these seeds are like 1, 2, 3, and 5 years old. So yeah, some of them, a lot of them don't germinate, and I'm thinking maybe it's because of the heat, and I just store them. You need to store them in a cool, dark, and a dry place. Right now I got them in the refrigerator. I'll be moving them into the larder soon, so we keep the temperatures right around 60 degrees in the larder, and that's a safe place to store my seed. Now, another thing I am doing is letting some of my plants that I've planted go to seed. Some of them went to seed because we got a hot spell and they bolted, and I figured, no, we're just gonna let them go to seed, and then I'll harvest the seed, I'll dry the seed, and I'll store them. And check out this. I have these trimmers, and this is a Swiss chard that went to seed. It bolted and went to seed, and I just left it. And what I'm doing is just harvesting these seed sprigs. This is full of seed, and I'll show you what I'm doing with them. Now, my bins, I don't grow produce in the greenhouse during the summer months because it's just way too hot and inhospitable for them. So I will start growing them again here coming up in the next 2 months. But in the meantime, I'm utilizing these bins and putting my seed stock in there and letting them dry, which this is the perfect, ideal environment for drying my seeds. Once the seeds are dry, I'll go ahead and shake the seeds out of here, and then I'll collect the seeds and place them in. I went on Amazon and I purchased a bunch of these seed envelopes. I'll show you one. It's a Mylar Ziploc bag. It has a little clear window in it. I can label it, and that way it reminds me what's in here, and they're Ziplocs, so I can reuse them. One of the plants I let go to seed was my onion. You look at those little black spots on there? Well, those are onion seed. I'm just saving them in this box, and then I can shake them out into this jar and later collect the seed and place them in the envelopes. And then I'll go ahead and store them in the refrigerator for a couple of weeks, and then we'll put them in to the larder and store them at 60 degrees Fahrenheit. A larder's temperature should be anywhere between 50 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit for safe food storage. That's where, it's like a pantry. That's where we keep our food, in a cool, dark, dry place. And as you guys can see right here, I salvaged some seed from a cucumber. I am letting it dry out on this napkin, and then I'll be harvesting those and putting them in one of those envelopes. Over here, of course, I showed you my Swiss chard. In this one, in this bucket, I have sprigs. Look at this. I love the smell of this. You know what that is? That's dill seed. Yeah. I'm going to plant dill next year from this seed. So we're just keeping them separate in the buckets. And in this one, I have Brussels sprouts that sprout. Look at, in those little pods, there's little black seeds. So we're letting this dry out. We'll crush the pods, then we'll harvest the seed, and of course put those in envelopes. This over here is cauliflower. I let that go to seed, so we're going to be harvesting the seed from that. And then this, I let radish go to seed. There's radish seeds in those little pods. And then this one, I got another seed pod that's similar to this other one up here, but it's much smaller. This was the Brussels sprouts. This is broccoli that went to seed, so I'm saving those also. So I save a couple of plants. I'll harvest the plants, but let a few just go to seed, and sometimes you'll have to put a net over the seed pods so you can keep the critters away from it, and then gather the seeds as the pods explode and drop the seeds. You can capture them in a net. There's different methods you could do that. And of course, the zucchini, yellow squash is like preserving seeds from cucumbers. I let a cucumber get really big, and then I cut it, and then took all the seeds out of it like I just showed you, and dried them out. Let a zucchini go big and a yellow squash go big, and you can do the same thing. Also save back some of your pea pods, your bean pods, and save back a couple of variety of tomatoes. You need to do just one tomato each, and you just slice it thin and just let it sit out and dry, and harvest the seeds from those once you get those done. Of course, lettuce and pepper. Lettuce will go to bolt and go to seed if you let it, and you can harvest the seeds from those also. And peppers, you know, you open a pepper, you get seeds in there. You can even buy a pepper from the grocery store and save the seeds back from that and plant them and grow them. But one thing I just learned about a pepper, it's a perennial. If you cut everything back and plant the stub in a bucket, next month is when I'll do that. I'll set it in the greenhouse in a not so sunny spot, but I'll keep it safe, I'll keep it fertilized, and I'll let it grow, and it'll grow and grow 3-4 years. It'll keep growing and producing, and the second year it'll produce more fruit than it does the first year. So tomatoes are the same way. If you preserve a tomato plant, there's some tomato plants that have been growing for years. One single plant grows for years. Well, I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm in the garden, and sharing with you guys how I am preserving seed, because I am not sure what the future is going to hold as far as seed goes, seed availability. So while you can get seeds, I buy that, what I call seed banks. You can go to Amazon, type in seed bank, and then grab some seeds for next year. And then store them in a cool, dark place. Also, let some of your plants, your favorite plants, bolt and go to seed, and then preserve the seeds like I demonstrated to you on for next year's crop. Number one danger with your seeds is letting mildew and moisture get to them. So try not to let mildew or moisture get to your seeds. So please stay tuned to more videos. You could do that by subscribing and clicking that bell icon that alerts you to new videos as I upload them. Give us a thumbs up, click that bell icon. That alerts you to new videos as I upload them. Be safe, always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next adventure. Bye-bye now.